Leave it to Nintendo to do something really special with their museum. When I heard Nintendo Museum, like, what do you think? What does that make you think of? Okay, stuff behind glass, old games in their packages and systems behind glass, screens with like games on them. There's got to be some interactive elements too. You know, there's gonna be like some games to play or something, maybe some statues to like take pictures next to, that kind of thing. But my mind doesn't really go too far beyond that. And yet, of course, Nintendo is gonna go bigger than that. Of course, they're gonna go much, much, much bigger than that. They just had their Nintendo Museum Direct, and I watched it on stream. It was a lot of fun. Go check out the VOD if you like. But basically, I think everyone was pretty darn surprised. Just really surprised. Miyamoto gives kind of a tour of the place, and it starts out so basic. That's what's fun about it. It starts out exactly like you'd expect. The first floor is just, it's just a bunch of glass with like stuff behind it. And there's different sections for the different eras of Nintendo history. There's the Famicom stuff, and okay, yeah, sure. And there's some really interesting stuff in there about their history. I frequently just forget that for a pretty long period of time, they were just making games, like toys and board games and cards and stuff like that. Like that was their thing. So there are loads and loads of Nintendo toys out there. I don't know how many are still in good condition and operational. Are they all super valuable now or what? I don't know, but so many different toys, it's going on. They had a copier, they had a baby stroller, and there's a whole section on their history of toying with controllers that let you control a game using your body. It's really something they've returned to just again and again. I think that's really cool. So it's neat. The first floor, it's what you'd expect, but it is still really neat. And then there's really big controllers way up near the ceiling, and it's oh man, those controllers are really cool. I wish you could touch them. I wish I could touch those big fake controllers. Oh well, they're just for show, clearly. So then he takes us to the next floor, and there's just a really big open floor that's just a giant screen, and there's this Japanese card game thing that you can play on the screen on the floor using a smart device that they give you. And so I don't know, that's cool too. There's any number of things that they could do with that. And then that's the thing, is it just keeps getting more and more complex and more interesting. Then they've got little sets that are designed to look like old 70s Japanese living rooms. So that's cool. I mean, the whole nostalgia living room thing, you'll see that at conventions nowadays. It's always quite effective to me. But then Miyamoto's showing off this auto ball pitcher thing where it shoots the ball at you so you can hit it, and you're like, no, Miyamoto, you're gonna be hitting the stuff in that room. Don't do that. And then it turns out all the stuff in the room is all hooked up to sensors. So whatever you hit with the ball, some cute little thing will happen. The bottles will spin. The copier will make a copy. I'm sure everything in that room does something when you hit it with a ball. So that's just, it's taking this nostalgia living room idea and even turning that into an interactive toy. And then you start getting into the stuff where it's okay, well now I just feel stupid. Now I just I feel stupid for not giving this more thought. What's a big part of Nintendo's identity? It's the light gun, it's the zapper, it's Duck Hunt. So of course, there's just a giant light gun wall for just humongous multiplayer light gun game. It's so obvious. It's so obvious in retrospect. It's really cool. And then we go to a room where the giant controllers make a return. Not only can you touch them, you can use them to play games, and the idea is that people do co-op where it's so big, one person's doing the D-pad and the other person's doing the buttons, but then you see people operating this humongous Wii remote, trying to tilt it around, multiple people trying to hold it. That's funny. That's it's too genius. It's too clever. I don't even know who came up with that at the board meeting where it was just I got it. How about you playing games, except it's kiosks, except the controllers are humongous. And that makes it hard to play. And it's such a simple idea, and yet, like, it's genius. I want to do that. That's like the thing I want to do more than anything. And he even said that he only showed off a few of all of the features of this museum, and there's other, like, workshops and stuff gonna happen. There's a bunch of, like, Hanafuda stuff where you can play and learn how to play, and then workshops where you can make your own cards and stuff like that. So yeah, clearly, like, they're not showing it all off here in this direct. There's still a bunch, including what I feel was actually the number one most interesting thing out of all of the ideas, the innovations that they brought to this idea of a Nintendo museum. I would say the biggest one is a burger where you get to decide what goes on it. Mind-blowing. Just leave it to Nintendo. That's that Nintendo magic spark. A cafe where you get to make a burger whatever you want. It's genius. It's genius. And then Miyamoto closed out the tour with a little, this was too funny. These toads, it's a line of toads, and he touches the toads, and they, like, do a little, like, choir, like, they harmonize, they sing. And that's amazing because it basically canonizes Toad Choir. Louis Zong has all the toads singing Auld Lang Syne, and then Painter Seep, who's done a bunch of animations for my channel. He's even got, like, a singing toad animations and stuff. Too funny. I was really pleased. And the museum opens up October 2nd, and I will probably never go. Maybe. I don't know. I still haven't gone to Super Nintendo World, so I don't know when I'm gonna go all the way to Japan to go to the Nintendo Museum. But hey, if I ever end up in Japan, somewhere near the Nintendo Museum, I would love to go. I mean, it looks amazing. Yeah, I mean, more than anything, this video, I just wanted to say how, like, just wow. That's Nintendo for you. They come up with so many ridiculously cute ideas when they could have just done something pretty basic. But, like, of course, it's Nintendo. It's a video game museum. There's got to be a bunch of games. There's got to be a bunch of interactive elements, and I don't know. It's just really cool. What about you? What about you? Is this the thing? You're looking at this and you were like, genuinely, no, I'm gonna go. I am going to go. I'm going to go to Japan. And when I do, I'm going to go to this museum. If that is you, let us know in the comments. I'm genuinely curious how many people are just like, yes, I am there. I mean, it's basically like a little theme park, Like, it's all these interactive elements, so much gamey stuff. It's basically like a little amusement park, just like without the rides. It looks fun. It looks like I don't know how much it is to go, but, like, you probably get a lot of bang for your buck. There's so much to do. So yeah, Toad Choir is canon. It's a thing now. It's a thing. Toad Choir is real. It's a part of Nintendo. It's a part of their DNA now.